I got married at the age of 13. How did I get married at the age of 13? 1-3. I want to tell you today. I want you all to laugh and laugh. It's very interesting, but for me, it's real. My own case is very different. Let me tell you this story. Story. Before then, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is HOB for you. Talk about everything you see, everything that will make you laugh, every interesting thing, everything that will motivate you. I like fun. I like life. What I mean by liking life, I just like to give it out. Like I enjoy lively things. I enjoy love stories a lot. I don't know if you do, but I hope you do. You do. When I was younger, actually, when I got to the age of 13, you know the way you have your usual toys, you play with them, you go all around, you do like mommy, you carry those Barbie toys on your back, you talk. I've always done that with my sisters. We had life, we had fun, really good fun growing up. Everybody wants to know how they married me out. Did they marry me out or did I marry myself out? At the age of, what was I thinking? Why was I in a rush? 13 years old, we say, are still very young, you know. And you won't be thinking of anything like that at that age. But I don't know why mine was so different. I don't know. Dying for confession. Bam, 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 bam. So, back to business now. At the age of 13, I was already in the secondary school though. You know, I used to read a lot when I was growing up. I still read now, but not as much as I was reading then. Because then I was this kind of girl that really wanted to know a lot of things. There was a way I carried myself. I still carry myself in that manner. But then. If you follow the old videos that I made, some of them, I talked about being so proud, being a girl, a woman. There's this kind of feeling you get being a woman. That was that for me. Growing up as that young girl, I had a lot of responsibility. But I tell you something. I never had a boyfriend or anything. But in my brain, I said, I already knew the kind of man that I wanted in my life. Because of these books that I read, I was always reading all these I read good books. I read novels. Most of these novels that I read, then I read romance, M&B. I don't know if any of you've read those M&B, Miss Abon novels before. Or there was some pesetas and all that. I was reading different books. So, one time I started thinking in my brain. I started thinking, envisaging the kind of man. I always say this to now that I really wanted in my life. Because then when you read books, you see blue eyes, broad shoulders, tall, that. Sorry, but trust me. I started thinking, oh, when I grow up, I will like this kind of man to be my husband. I would like him to have broad shoulders. I didn't know how broad it was going to be anyway, but I just had a kind of description that something that I depict in my, in my brain, in my mind, that I really wanted. And I think today, most of us still do same. We might be shy one way or the other to say it out. Even our daughters, some might be older than this age, or they still talk about it. Oh, I want my husband, or when I get married, I want this. So that was it. Everybody have in mind what they want. You pick what you want. You select what you want. You arrange yourself proud to the thing that you want, or proud to the time that you want that particular thing. You understand what I mean? So I'm making this to encourage people. If you have in your brain what you really want in the future or later in life, there's nothing that stops you from, envisaging it that way and working towards it. If you want the goal of being somebody that, want to be hardworking, build empire in the future, work so hard for this, my dear, I will encourage you, go on. See that, dream of it, envisage it brightly. See yourself going for it. Nothing stops you. I won't tell you like I have the best husband or the best friends or the best people, but I've always envisaged what I wanted. And today, thank God, if not all, I really got like some of the things I had in my brain, because I worked towards it. When you think of something and you work towards it, you go, you fetch it, you catch it, and you take it. So that was what I did. So I kept thinking in my brain. So as at the age of 13, I already felt in my head that I was married. So you got it just now. It's not like I physically got married, but in my brain, in my brain, I just felt I was saying that, and I was flowing towards that, and as I stayed growing and got to the right page of really starting to have a relationship, because of what I wasn't messing around anyway, because of that thing I had in my brain that, it has to be this, it has to be that, it has to have the broad shoulder, it has to be intelligent. To what I mean by intelligent, not that kind of people that you must be #1 in class. I didn't say that. Oh, talk that do. Wait. What I mean by being intelligent, for me, I just wanted somebody who can relate, who if I talk to can listen and can carry me along. And when I kept talking about this broad shoulder, I wanted a shoulder that I could lean on, My brother will be listening to this now, some of my friends that knew me then, because they keep saying, you and this your broad shoulder now. Wow. You gotta get this your broad shoulder. I hope you get it. So now I tell my daughters that, see then, and they keep laughing. Mommy does not have broad shoulder. I don't know he has chicken feather. Listen. It's not about the physical build anyway, but sometimes those things still attract us. You know what I'm talking about. I know you know, because you can see my eyes, you get it. Those things can still attract us. But for me, that was what I was looking out for. I said, must be able to relate, must have the broad shoulders, because I was reading those books and I wanted the broad shoulder. So you see how things can influence us, either positively or negatively. So which do you want to go for? The positive things? I will go for the positive ones. There are also things that can really, make you go wrong in certain aspect of life too, but go for always the good ones. Look at the wrong ones and don't be part of it. That's my advice. I've associated with people that had, if I say, really bad character, bad behavior in the past. And thank God I did, because that made me choose the kind of relationship, the kind of friends that I wanted. So likewise, if nothing stops you from listening, nothing stops you from reading, listening to people, hear them talk, but it's left for you to make your decision on what you really want. So I made mine. I won't tell you mine is the best, but at least I am satisfied with the decision that I made for myself. So I kept having the broad shoulders in mind, and I saw the broad shoulders. I was reading about the blue eyes, but I never saw blue eyes, right? I saw brown eyes. I saw brown eyes. I picked brown eyes. I picked broad shoulders. And I kept going. It must be able to relate. I picked that. Caring. I picked it. And I kept going. going. And dreaming. I thought of the kind of car I was going to drive. I said I was going to have 4 children. Listen, I had it in my brain. 4 children. The man with the broad shoulders. I was going to drive a red sports car. Everything was in my brain. I was already envisaging the kind of life that I wanted. And if I tell you something, not too far from that, it came. It came. Oh, came like. I got the broad shoulder, but I got brown eyes, not blue. I got it caring. No chicken. I got my brother chicken find out this one. Not chicken though. It's broad. I could rest on it. So that was one. And I got the carry one. I got the kind of car that I wanted to drive. There was no difference with the kind of car I was envisaging. I was envisaging a rare sports car, but I got a blue one. I didn't ask for it, but I got it after marriage. I just got it like a surprise, and that made me really happy. So that's my story, and I hope this encouraged you in choosing and in thinking that you are not thinking wrongly too with your brain. I thought you can't win all through anyway, but whatever it is, that was it. Thank you for listening. Thanks for this, and thanks for being my friend. So what shoulders are you going for, broad? Anyone? Don't say anyone. Make your choice and stand by your choice. Think of your choice. Work towards your choice and achieve your choice. That is it in anything. Don't always be saying, anyone, I will go for anything. Anything. You are not anything kind of. You know what you want and go for it. That's my drive. That's my policy. If I know what I want, I go for what I want. I'm not anything kind of person anyway. Pursue your goals. Pursue your dreams. Pursue and go for what you want. Yes. HOB. Don't forget to subscribe. At least we made a point here. Always on point. We always make that point. So subscribe and share this video. Share so that others can learn. They can know. Thank you.